Okay, welcome to the channel, guys. We are in RaceRoom again today, doing the daily races as usual. This is Sunday, that means it's the last week of the Dailies combo we have, and this is the first time we get a chance to try them. Let's see if we can figure out the chat into the stream. So got a better way to... yeah, it should be working now. Got a better way to monitor the chat as well. So feel free to comment. I will be able to respond a bit quicker than before. If you're not watching live, I always have got to put the race starts, race stumps in the description so you can skip straight to that. We're gonna be racing MX-5s for a start. This is gonna start in about 10 minutes. This seems to be quite popular. After that, we're gonna jump into Super Touring. So we're gonna, after the MX-5 is gonna be finished, we're gonna jump into the qualifying and Super Touring race. Maybe we're gonna try the Porsche 964. I don't have a height shifter and don't really like using clutch, but apparently you can use driving aids for the shifting, so that might be working as well. But yeah, let's start from the MX-5. I already did a quali lap, and Suzuka circuit, that's one of my favorite tracks, so I'm really looking forward to that. Seems to be quite popular as well. So let's go and hit the track again. Or maybe, you know what, maybe let's do a bit of a warm-up in Super Tourings. So we are signed up or not? No, we didn't sign up for that. Okay, Mazda MX-5. Let's register for that. That's gonna be the first race of the day for us. And then we're gonna sign up for that Super Touring race. And I'm not too sure which car we're gonna use this week. Laguna is the only one I didn't really try yet to race online. Apparently it's not that competitive on this track because of the long straight start-finish straight. But you know what, we're gonna try and do Laguna this week. Let's register for that and maybe do, we got 5 minutes, is it? 7 minutes, yeah, let's go and do a quick qualifying, get a feel for the car. MX-5, I did about three flying laps in the quali, but got a fairly good feeling for that at the moment, so I should be sorted for that. And we should be able to go back into the server in about 7 minutes time, so that means we could do 3 laps on this one, as long as we're gonna stay clean enough. Let's adjust the cockpit view a little bit. Just wanna see a little bit onto the left, just something to give me a... It's still not perfect, so I want to be able to see the apexes on the left. Yeah, quite familiar with this track from the other sims. First time trying this on the RaceRoom. So I think it's one of the more recent tracks, and apparently the more recent tracks are laser scanned apparently on RaceRoom. I'm not too sure about that, but it definitely seems a bit more accurate than the older ones. That's enough track, unfortunately.
you to watch the track limits.
And the Renault Laguna is apparently the best car in this class when it comes to the twisty circuits. Yeah, it's quite responsive at the entry. That's the problem. Some other cars have trouble with that. This one seems very, very responsive at the entry. Especially Volvo. It's very kind of hard to turn in. And this one seems almost like too eager, too twitchy. Something you definitely have to adjust to. Struggle a bit with the trail braking. Let's try to do at least one cleanup. Overshoot that.
You're locking your left rear.
Into the chicane, I think the second gear is better than first. Fortunately, I had to lift at the exit. It looked like I was gonna go wide. I just want to do at least one clean up, just to have some kind of comparison when I'm gonna try and push a bit harder. It's always better to have that delta to work against, some kind of reference to push against.
That last lap was at 152.81.
This is where I lost a lot of time. That was much cleaner line through there.
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
Jeez, this car is really responsive on the entry. You just lift, turn in, and it just goes.
Your rear brakes are cold.
Much quicker through there.
The oil temperature's getting a bit high.
Oh shit. That's my only issue with these cars. When sometimes You just cannot keep braking and turning in like in iRacing, let's say. It's just the threshold braking or trail braking is really difficult to do in this game. It's like not working at all. That's really what makes it kind of tricky for me to jump between this Super Tourist and TCRs on iRacing. But anyway, let's go. We don't want to miss our MX-5 race. "28 people. I think it was 64 in the previous spot, so that's not that many. Still, we're gonna get 2 splits, that's positive. Yeah, let's go to the server. I don't recognize any of the names. Car setup, so we have to drop a bit of fuel. I keep forgetting how much is safe. At 15 liters should be safe for a 15-minute race. MX-5 is really not that heavy on fuel. Let's give it a try.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. The pit exit looks clear. We need to get some heat into these brakes.
And it's quite tricky, quite particular in RaceRoom here. You just kind of have to hook it up, that car, on those curbs here, and that's gonna give you extra rotation. And have to be careful of the rear stepping out, but it seems to be essential to use that curbs for extra rotation on the inside. This car has so much to give when you start to try and push it. It just lap after lap, it just kind of invites you to push a little bit more, and it still kind of gives a bit more time. So it's, again, it's not that easy to just hop in and push it all the way to the limit, because you kind of, well, at least myself, I always have that feeling that I'm gonna overdo it in a moment, but then I kind of push, or coming out the turn, and I know I just came back on the throttle way too late. I could have been faster. Obviously that was not the case here. I just pushed way too hard on the exit. So you have to find that balance, that perfect moment. Takes a bit of practice.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
It was really nice.
Car left. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
Not too sure also about the brake bias for that car. If we should go a bit more aggressive from the default or not. Default is 65. Just put it into 62. But yeah, it seems to be pretty good on 65 anyway.
Checkered flag, P5. That's the end of the session, P1.
Let's see how we look in terms of qualifying position.
You're getting lots of wheel spin.
Okay, P3, that means we will have people to race with. That's positive. Okay, let's go on track. Didn't practice the start, so you're just gonna wing it and just gonna drop into first at the start.
15 minutes.
Probably would be a bit quicker using clutch. But we didn't practice that, so
Here we go. Green, let's go, let's go.
we should be safe. Able to keep our position.
Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag. Sector 1 is now green.
Okay, we might have around the hairpin. That's probably not close enough. He went nice and defensive. I was positive we didn't really lose much time to the leader in this maneuver. That was a big mistake. So we're gonna be in trouble here.
Left side.
Okay, we're gonna go too wide.
Still there. Still there. Clear left.
I was braver this time. Okay, I wonder if we can catch back up to the leaders.
Time to get defensive, mate.
1.8 behind. Probably not.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Sector 1 is green. The car in front of us is Flores.
Okay, there's a chance they're gonna be fighting there in front. That was a terrible hairpin. Should have stayed in second gear, I think. And there is battling up ahead, so that's gonna give us a chance to catch up. Spoon corner is really tricky. And we're 2 seconds behind again, so we didn't really catch up at all.
The leader has just done a 2:23.1. Your brakes are cold, be careful. You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. Great stuff, keep it coming, mate.
So we are slightly out of pace. Not much, 2/10 on a 2-minute track, that's not a lot. But yeah, but the guys in front definitely do have a pace. Try away from the P4 now. We are kind of stuck in a limbo here on our own.
The gap to Arellano behind is now 1.4.
So we are going quicker, but so are the guys in front of us. 2.2 behind, so.
P3.
Not much chance for us. Oh, absolutely overshoot that entry. So that's gonna cost us even more time.
Yellow flag sector 3. New fastest lap for Cambiaghi, 2:22.5. That was 2:23.0.
We didn't hook it up on the curb there. Had to lift a little bit too much. Oops.
Keep it within the track limits. Sector 3 is clear.
Whoops. Bit too aggressive on the exit. Too much steering input. The car was rotating nicely on the throttle. Just have to remember that second gear you still have to be careful with the rear stepping out.
We've just cut the track. Incident in Sector 2, yellow flag. We think Grande has stacked it in the hairpin.
So these two are really close to each other, but it just doesn't seem to be slowing them down.
That's a new fastest lap for Cambiaghi, 2:22.4. Green flag, Sector 2.
So yeah, we are basically half a second of pace on each lap. And yeah, it looks like the car is quicker every lap
to go. You're looking good for a podium.
as the tires got a bit warmer. I can see I got a first comment of the day. I can do it. Thanks very much for the like, yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like I'm not up to pace with those guys, even if I cut the track.
Track limits, watch those lines.
If I try to push too much, there you go, that's what
Your
happens.
front's hot.
I wonder how much we could gain a draft here in this track and in this car. If I didn't lose the draft at the beginning, would I be able to stay with them? Not too sure, probably not. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, that they would battle and I would be able to catch up, but
in front is now 3.5. That's
But
half
yeah,
fuel. You've used half
they
your
keep
fuel.
driving away from me. Like, it looks like the P1 is so fast that the P2 can just stay in draft and don't do much. Let's try to get a clean lap at least. See what would be my potential best pace. Bit too slow through the right-hander. Hook it up on the curb nicely. Let's try to do it again. Ah, we didn't.
Just 2 minutes left. Two
Too
minutes
much
to go.
sliding there. Too aggressive on the entry.
Your tyre temperatures look good.
People need to get nicknames that are easier to read. Mori4Y, C404. Or is it Morty? 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 Ooh! Getting another off track.
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines.
I'm probably braking a bit too late, sorry, a bit too early into the last chicane and not aggressive enough. I think I can push way more in there and just gain a little bit of time.
One more to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
Alright, Minty, okay. I guess the original spelling was taken. Like myself, my nickname, like that's, man, that is years and years old. Like I remember when I was like maybe 15, that would be 30 years ago. I went to the internet cafe, that kind of things existed back then. And I asked the guy about email and he just told me, you know, how people usually, you know, call themselves in email. That would be like the first letters of your surname, your name of your birthday, sorry, the year of your birthday. And that's how I came up with my nickname that was very popular back then, when it was Sphere 80 and PL at the end. So if you see nicknames when you game online with PL or DE at the end, there's a good chance that person is like in their 40s or 50s, because that's how people were calling themselves back at the beginning of the internet in the 90s. Our racing obviously bringing those tradition, let's say, for the real names in the racing games, which kind of interestingly took off. Something unthinkable at the beginning of the internet, to put out your real name in there. After the Facebook, let's say, got popular, people are kind of more likely to put their real names out there. And then iRacing, I guess, was first in the video games.
Kambiagi has taken the win. We're on the podium.
Okay.
Good drive.
I had to give it to those guys. I did not have a chance with them. Not fast enough, but yeah, we're gonna go and do a super touring now. My favorite category. Okay, so yeah, we were losing the most in first sector actually, so there was so much time to gain there. 3 tenths in first sector, 2.5 tenths, quite close in sector 2, sector 3, 2 tenths. FR3, that's the free car this week, is it? FRJ Cup, that's what you mean? And if that's your question, no, that was my first race this week actually. How much time do we have left? 6 minutes. Yeah, let's try to get another lap in. So this is the first time I'm playing this week on these combos. So no, I didn't have a chance to play since like 2 weeks ago when I was streaming on Monday. Yeah, FRJ. No, I didn't try them. And also, like, single seaters is not my thing, really. It doesn't look like your typical single seater. It doesn't seems to have downforce, so it could be interesting drive. But I tend to drive those free cars or those free combos mostly late at night when, you know, when attendance kind of dies off in anything else, and you know, the free stuff is pretty much the only series that get any participation. So if I play late at night, I usually drive the free combos then. But yeah, I definitely gonna try it at some stage. Let's see if we can go faster in Super Tours. Yeah, you use VR, like, I mean...
You're locking your left rear.
Like, I mean, VR is definitely fun. I tried for a while when I had to move. We moved the house and I didn't really have a space to put the triple screens back, so I switched into single screen. And the idea was that I'm gonna switch into VR
Watch the track limits
to compensate for that. I mean, it was fine, but I'm back to racing on the screen. Especially like playing iRacing, I'm just more competitive on the screen, and VR is nice and all, but I found it not as good to be competitive. It's just, it doesn't seem to be, you know, perfect every single lap. Like, you kind of move around a little bit and then you don't really know if you're centered again. You have to recenter VR every few laps and it kind of throws you off. So I'm back to the screen, and sometimes would use the VR, let's say, for fun in Automobilista, just driving against the AI. That's pretty much the only game I'm using VR for. And maybe if someone visits me and, you know, wants to try the rig, I always give them VR. And I think for casuals or people that don't really play video games, VR is a much better solution
We're seeing lots of
to
left
try and drive a car. But yeah, definitely VR is definitely more fun and more immersive. But screen is way more convenient. Nicer graphics as well. I seem to be quite close to my limit on this track. Okay.
Come on, track limits, that's another cut.
Let's go and see if the server starts. Oh shit, another 6 minutes. And there's only 14 drivers sign up, so yeah. It's getting late at night and participation starts to drop off. Maybe we're gonna try Porsche after that. Or there's that BMW race. But that seems to be not as popular. GT3 still have some sign-ups. Sorry. Yeah, I think we're gonna do Porsche after that. And FJR Cup after that, maybe? Okay, seems to be a bigger gap for the FRJ, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty normal with any track with super tight chicanes. Like, it's hard to, there's a lot of time to gain in the chicane. You know, if you're right at the limit against, if you're just, you know, even 10, 15 centimeters away, you can lose up to half a second on the exit. So yeah, definitely chicanes are the places where you can gain most time or lose the most time. So that's why it's always very tricky for cuts, because you have to find that limit. So yeah, like it's the same for everyone. But Imola, I think it's like a really nice track. And again, you have to remember, like some tracks are tricky, but it's the same for everyone. Always kind of, you know, you have to remember that. So we obviously all do a bit better on some tracks than the others. But you know, with enough practice, you can get into any track, I would say. So I just wonder what kind of trouble you have. Is there any particular trouble with the chicane for you? Like you cut it at the entry, at the exit, middle part? I think the most tricky part is it's all decided kind of at the entry. If you do the first part right and set yourself up for the exit, that's where you gain time. But yeah, like I mean, even the fastest guys, they never hit that chicane exactly the same every lap. There's always some variance. You know, you turn in a bit too early, you turn in a bit too late, so you kind of always have to adjust. I know with super fast guys, it sometimes looks like they do it exactly the same every time, but trust me, they are not. They adjust like the same way as everybody else. Yeah, Volvo is very fast car. That's what I noticed. I drive by Volvo a lot at the beginning because I also only got a XXL pack or XL pack. And I didn't really like it that much. Like Volvo is definitely sluggish on the entry. You have to be really gentle and patient at the entry. And it only really returns in with the little brake application or just going off the throttle. So is a Volvo, you have to, well, it kind of forces you to be smoother. But once you get it, it's also rewarding more. Like the pace-wise, it's very rewarding because it forces you to be smooth. So you don't really screw the tires at the entry. And I think that's why it's a very competitive car. Plus, obviously, it has a very good straight line speed, so it's really hard to overtake Volvo if you're in any other car. So I was always kind of interested, how those cars, balance between each others. And I thought Volvo might be a bit shite when I tried the other cars. But when you look at the times you can do with Volvo, it's definitely very competitive. Other cars, let's say I tried Honda, right? It's way more responsive at the entry, but it's losing the time somewhere else against the Volvo. I didn't figure out yet. Probably it's a bit slower at the exit of the corner. Yeah, like Bathurst, the Volvo was a demon. Like I tried the Vectra, I tried the Alfa Romeo on Bathurst, but was the fastest in Volvo by a lot. I think my fastest lap in Volvo on Bathurst was 13.6. And Alfa Romeo, I think, was like 14.3, 14.2. In Vectra, 14.5. So Volvo was definitely the fastest, at least from the cars I tried around Bathurst. So I was kind of wondering if they gave us the worst car when they put it in the pack, but it's definitely not the worst car. It's probably one of the best super touring cars in this game, and probably top 3, top 4 all-rounder. And then track dependent, it could be a demon on a bit slower than, let's say, Renault, because I noticed Renault is very good at the, twisty stuff, and Audi is a demon on any track with the slow corners as well, because it has that massive grip at the exit of the slow stuff.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
But Audi, that's the car I didn't really drive yet. I bought it, got it on the sale, but did not drive it as of yet for longer than like 2 laps, so gonna have to do it at some stage, not this week.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
Okay. Gonna test out the starts. 25 on clutch, 24. I don't know, did I spin the wheels on the first gear or not? Okay, 25. Should be fine, we'll see.
Pit exit is clear.
And again, this is my first time racing in Renault as well. And yeah, it's it's like totally different car than Volvo. It's so much more responsive at the entry. It's just like feels like totally different car. But Volvo is definitely like more stable all around.
Lots of left rear locking.
Like with this one, it's kind of twitchy, it's kind of easy to overdo. It's like almost too sharp, so that's something you have to get used to. Okay, thanks for visiting. See you. Morty, is it? Yeah. See you, Snowman, as well. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for visiting the stream. Thanks for commenting. Or commentating, sorry.
To go, 2 minutes. Your water and your oil are both looking pretty hot right now. Try and take it easy. Gonna validate this lap, track limits.
Okay, one more race, yeah. The usual with video games. Did you ever play Civilization? One more turn, I go to bed. And then 4 hours later you realize I forgot to go to bed. So you need to promise me that you're gonna go to bed after this race, yeah? Cut. I thought that's gonna be a cut, but it was clean.
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
Actually I did not play LMU as of yet. I was kind of put off when they released DLCs before they even released the game, and I kind of stay away from it. I definitely need to try it. So they got an update on Tuesday, but also iRacing has an update on Tuesday. And there's a new car coming in iRacing that is free, so I'm definitely going to be trying that. And it's an off-road car, so that's the first thing I'm going to try on Tuesday. I will be off of work on Tuesday, so I will be able to play in the evening, no problem. LMU, maybe at some stage I will try it. Not yet. That's probably gonna get it before Christmas. I was thinking about it actually, that I should try it, because it seems to be interesting, quite popular. Didn't really look that much into yet, because like everything, like they have a confusing pricing system there. You can buy subscription for a year, or you could buy a base game. Again, didn't look that deep into that as of yet. Yeah, iRacing is very cheap to go in and try.
15 minutes.
You know, if you get a...
Here we go, be ready. Green, green, green.
Ooh, speed back down. Yeah, so with iRacing, it's really cheap to get in at the beginning, you know, the promotions. I think you can get 3 months for like €20 now or something. So, and there's loads of content included in a base subscription, so before you start buying content you can definitely decide if you like it or not. But at the same time they have so many different series, like there's loads of series that are absolutely dead, because there's like huge amount of stuff. Like off-road racing, it's pretty dead as well, unfortunately. Like a Dirt Rallycross was quite popular when it was released, but eventually kind of died out. I was quite big into that. So I'm actually quite curious about that new car, and it's gonna be free. It's gonna be a rookie car. It seems like it's like a go-kart, but for the off-road racing. Okay, let's try to start with the race here. Renault is driving away, and we got 2 Volvos, right, to race with. They're probably gonna drive away from us down the straight, so we're gonna have to try and get them in the corners. Some dive bombs here and there. Okay, seems like we can stay in the draft.
Car right. Still there. He's still there. He's still there.
Yeah, should be able to finish that off.
Still there.
He held it nicely on the outside though.
Right side's clear. The guy ahead is Zolder, and their rating is 1.8. We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
So let's try to get this one as well. And the leader is like 2.2 rating, almost 2.3. Like it's probably top 10 players in the game. So I'm not at that level yet, or at least not if I'm not, if I wouldn't practice a lot. Like to match that kind of guy, I would have to probably sit here for half a day, and then maybe I would be able to stay in his draft. gonna have to try and fight for that P2. Okay, we got a good exit, so we should have a run on him.
On your right. Hold your line.
Yeah,
Still there.
we could only get halfway up to him,
Hold your line.
and he's repassing us back.
He's still there. Clear right. Your rear brakes are cold. Be
He
careful.
just let us through though. Ah, he's coming back at us.
Clear left.
So we're gonna have to go defensive this time.
You're locking
We need to get some kind of gap because he's gonna get us back down the straight.
Keep an eye on oil temperature. It's creeping up.
Bit of an off track.
Warned us about track limits. Keep it
Again.
between the lines.
Ooh,
You cut the track. Keep it nice
so
and
we
tight.
got a half a
Watch
second
these
to
track
give up.
limits. We need to slow down, give back some time. Watch your rear
Yeah,
tyres,
not
they're pretty
much
cold.
variety.
Come
Like
on,
I
don't
mean,
make it easy for him. Make him go the long way around.
again, there's so much variety in iRacing. But I'm only really driving one car there for the last year, or last class of, sorry, one class of cars, which is TCR. Only barely tried GT4s
Fastest
or
lap
Toyota
for
GR.
Rose, 151.09 V2.
So like I mean, I'm kind of interested to try GT3s. Oh man,
Yellow flag, incident clear. Green flag left
totally
side.
falling apart here trying to serve that penalty. Totally missed my braking point.
That's disappointing, but shit happens. Keep pushing.
So we're gonna have a work to do.
Green flag, sector 1.
That's pretty normal for me if I try to talk and race. Easy to make mistakes.
Left side tyres are cold.
And that's what it is about the Super Tourist. Like once you miss a braking point by a tiny bit and you're gonna try turn in, the car usually just gonna refuse. That guy behind us is catching up as well.
Again, stop taking the piss.
Another slowdown penalty, but we can serve this one quite easily.
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
Bit too slow in the last corner, so we are not gonna get around this time.
For Combs, 151.00.
But we still have another 7 minutes left. Yeah, I should be able to get him. It's just a matter of concentrating on the race and hitting my lines. I definitely should be able to pass him. Need a good exit in the last corner, and then, or maybe better exit out of the chicane could also help. But you have to remember, I gapped him because I cut the chicane. Everywhere else he seems to be, he seems to be quite equal actually.
Your ears are cold.
So is he gonna go defensive? Yes.
On your left. Still there. Hold your line, clear left. You've used half your fuel.
Okay, we're gonna get around this time. Same as before. But I think he's gonna defend it this time.
Come
No.
on, just send
No,
it.
he's letting us to go the
Fuel looks
inside.
okay. You've just done a 151.56.
We did not get a run. We thought we're gonna get a run actually.
That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here. Car right. Hold your line. Still there. He's still there.
I bet he did not expect that.
Still there. He's still there. Right side's clear.
I keep forgetting I cannot go this
Still
right
there.
here.
Get on top of it, please.
But again, that cut actually allows us to get a bit of a gap. And yeah, much quicker at the exit of the chicane, so we got a 0.5 gap and we should be able to survive the front line straight. Ouch.
You've had another track limits warning. You have 8 incident points. Fastest lap for Combs, 150.70. Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits. P2.
150.7, so we are way off the pace. I just wonder if you can get into 51s.
You're locking your left rear. Track limits again.
That's what I was talking earlier on. There's such a fine margin between
incident points.
going fast through the chicane and cutting it.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and
That's
do...
the new fastest lap for Combs, 150.45.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do 151s. Oh yeah, that's 151.6, so yeah, 1 second of the pace with an off track. Let's try to do a clean lap. But again, it takes a while to get used to each car. Like there's so much more potential in it on the corners. I don't know if the penalty system is good here. Like it's very lenient. Like you could cut those chicanes and then just a slight lift out, you know, into the next corner, and it's cleared. Like I definitely did not have to give up half a second. You sometimes, you know, get a penalty of half a second. You probably gained that half a second, but then you can just simply lift in the braking zone, or even lift in the, you know, coast in the corner, and it's gonna clear your chicane. So on some tracks it's almost like you're not penalized at all. Ooh.
That's another cut. Come on, pay attention.
Yeah, track limits are just strictly line is the track limit, which is fair enough. That's the rules they're racing here on RaceRoom. At least it's always obvious. When in iRacing you kind of have to learn the track limits.
You have 12 incident points
For every track and for every corner. There seems to be a different rules.
Last lap.
They try to kind of recreate how people race in real life on each track. So, you know, if some track marshals or marshals are more lenient on certain tracks, like the track limits on iRacing will also be more lenient. I think they also have I think Road America. When you're choosing a NASCAR layout, I think you can choose the NASCAR off tracks or NASCAR track limits or normal track limits, which is kind of funny. So you can basically, you know, race without track limits, because that's how they pretty much race those NASCARs in the real life on the road courses.
Your right front has got minor wear. 2 litres remaining.
So P2, absolutely no chance with the guy in front. But they're starting before finishing P2. Not a bad result. Again, I pretty much have no chance with the guys that have 2.2 rating. Almost 2.3.
That's a podium. Well done, mate.
Which is basically, yeah, top people in this game. I just wonder if we close anywhere at all. Yeah, we're close enough in the last sector. Anywhere else. So most of the time we lose in the sector 1. But overall he's like quicker by a second. Yeah, it was a nice race. Again, quite relaxing. Let's see what's next in store for us. Gonna try this Porsche Cup. Let's hope I will be able to set up a quali lap. So you got 10 minutes to do that. And we'll be able to shift that car or not? That's the question. Apparently you can choose to use some shifting aids and use the paddles like in any other car. That's what I was looking for. Okay, maximum here. Transmission manual. I wonder if it works when you drive competitively. Okay, so it's shifting, no problem. It's quite sluggish on shifting. Like you try to use the 8s I just put in, auto blip and auto clutch, and it still destroyed your gearbox. That's what you're saying? Ooh. Okay, definitely have to be a bit more careful. Brake bias is not adjustable. Oh, okay, I get you. You didn't know that you could use 8s. Again, I'm not too sure if it's going to allow me to use them in an online race though.
You're locking your rears into Klein chicane.
Or maybe it's going to apply some balance of performance, because that's what I also seen. This car is definitely something different. It's not very responsive at the entry. And doesn't seem to be easy to drive. Quite poor on the brakes, and yeah, feels very sluggish all around. So I'm probably gonna get schooled in this one.
Your last lap time was at 1:53.8.
Ah, such a stupid off track.
This lap won't count, you've cut the track.
There you go, like it feels like it's gonna start, it's gonna turn in and then it pushes wide. Yeah, the oversteer is there if I drop the gear too early. But generally the car is understeery. It's understeery and then suddenly it could snap if the rear starts to kick out, but it doesn't really kick out on the throttle, it only kicks out if you put the weight shift into the front, like on the corner entry. Once you're back on the throttle, it understeers. Or at least that's how it feels to me. You have to be really... Oh, or maybe, now look at it. So if you stop the throttle, it just understeers, but if you're progressive, then you have to be gentle. And you definitely need that to get a good time, I would say, to use that controlled oversteer. Okay. can bring this lap to the end and get something on the board. Oh. Yeah, this is quite tricky. And I can probably go so much quicker through the chicane. It's just hard to predict if the car is gonna turn in or not. It is tricky to drive it fast. Okay, I was watching a video from the Reverend Sim Racing guy. It looked easy when he was doing that. Yeah, actually loads of oversteer in the last corner.
That lap time was 1:46.3. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
Oh, he's pushing wide.
So delete this lap. Track limits.
You kind of have to hook it up and then hold it in that half a slide. Yeah, even when I was watching that, and I was like, oh, it doesn't look that impressive. He's just driving the car. Seems easy to win the race. Doesn't look that easy when I'm doing this now. I was like, surely you can push more. Well, now I have a chance to try myself. How much time left we have? Another 3 minutes. Okay, let's try to get in another clean lap. Okay, we can definitely go quicker. Ah. Okay, that was better. That was a cut. Yeah, that was a cut.
You're outside of track limits there.
I don't know if you're still watching, but if you do, what do you think about the safety rating? Because it seems to be very lenient overall, and it's kind of easy to like maintain a relatively high safety rating. Like I dropped below 90 only because I had a disconnection on lap 1. And then I had a, I could easily keep it over 90 when I had the races, like when I was on the edge of being disqualified, and my like safety rating was still staying over 90 easily. and at the moment it's still kind of meaningless number because there's no requirements. 49 people, that's nice. 3 splits. Yeah, there's not really a requirement, you know, to join online racing in terms of reputation. Like if someone has a rating below 10 or reputation below 10, I don't think they should be allowed to join online races, to be honest with you. They should have their own server created for people with the, you know, reputation under 10 or under 20 and put them in there. Yeah, like I said, it's very easy to stay over 90, even if we have a, you know, quite a few bumps in some races. So we got a 40 liters, surely we don't need that much, huh? Oh, so the brake bias is adjustable. Okay, let's try 53. I couldn't adjust it from the cockpit. Yeah, I cannot adjust it from the cockpit, but I can adjust it before going on track.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
Okay, the clutch bite seems to be similar, around 25%. That's how we're gonna start. So I put a little bit more aggressive brake bias, 53. I wonder if it's gonna help us or not. And I think this car is one of the older content because, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't drive as good as the newer cars, as let's say as GT3s or Super Tourers. But maybe it's just because it's like the classic car.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. Car left. Still there. Clear left.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of cars on iRacing, right? There's a lot to choose from, but at the same time, there are series that are basically dead. So there is content, but people are not using it. So the actual usable content is a bit less than you might initially think. Let's put it that way. Or it's like not as popular and it's usable in limited scope, like maybe league racing or occasional strength of field race that people organize themselves and, you know, go and race officials at the same time. So not all the series like have a crazy participation like GT3s or GT4s where you can, you know, hop into the race any time, day or night. And the other problem with the huge variety in racing. that cars are extremely difficult to drive. Like, I'm 8K, almost 8K iRating there, right? But man, I struggle to switch between cars. And I always need at least 15 to 20 minutes in a car that I know to get on pace or to get comfortable and get to drive safe. If I try the car that I'm not familiar with, I need at least 2 hours or an hour at least to go out and safely push the car to the limit. So there's loads of variety, but you cannot switch easily between the different cars, as you can hear. At least not for me. Theoretically, you can go and drive and tiptoe around to stay on track, and drive in the mid-pack. But I really wouldn't enjoy that, because then you don't really push yourself or the car. You just kind of tiptoe around to stay safe, and it's not really racing for me. Like, I mean, it's easy to try, cheap to try for the first 3 months. And it's worth doing this.
Get ready, mate, it's hammer time.
Like, really, you have nothing to lose trying iRacing and use the base content.
Car right. Still there. On your right.
Oops.
Hold your line. Still there. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Clear right. There's a big mess in ESD. Green flag Sector 1.
So we lose one position on the opening lap.
Start's alright. Let's build on it.
We're opening corners. And the battle for P4 is already messy.
Left side. Still there.
I think he's just slowed down a bit too much.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear left.
Okay, we got our position back.
Yellow flag Sector 2.
Let's see if the P1 is much faster than us or not really. Yeah, P2, let's go. Like, I mean, I play iRacing once a week tops. And yeah, if I run a league, then I race 2 nights a week. One day would be officials, and then the other day would be league racing. But I'm not really a casual, because I have iRacing for the last 13 years. And yeah. But again, I'm not doing this every day.
Clear right. Watch those track limits or we'll get
I like to play other video games as well. So I got my dose of racing once a week or twice a week, and then I just
their reputation is 73.
prefer to play on my Xbox all kind of different games, not only racing. Okay, so this white Porsche is suddenly pushing hard. And it looks like it's gonna be all about making as little mistakes as possible. There you go, he totally overshoot that.
Left side. Hold your line.
And it's quite easy to make a mistake in this car.
He's still there. Still there. Clear left, P2.
Okay, we got him back.
Sector 2 is now green.
Can we chase P1 or not?
Yellow flag, sector 1.
Sliding in third gear, that's quite dangerous. Another cut again.
Watch those track limits.
So Tuesday update looks good.
7 incident points.
So you're talking about the LMU, I suppose now, isn't it? About the Tuesday update, that's what you mentioned earlier. Like, I mean, I think it looks like LMU attracted a lot of people that are just not ready to pay iRacing prices, maybe, and are into GT3s.
Green flag, sector 1.
So we are about to engage in the battle to P1.
Car right. Right side's clear.
Okay. Dive bond was enough.
You're leading.
I'm actually didn't really even watch that much of LMU, to be honest. I only watched recently because Empty Box
Yellow flag in sector 2.
started to, you know, coming back on YouTube. I was a big fan of him. Yeah, his comeback to sim racing was actually
Green flag in sector 2.
into LMU, which
Yellow flag, green flag.
is kind of interesting. Okay, basic Ollie and iRacing update. I mean, I don't know if it's changed much in terms of graphics. Like, I mean, they definitely have improvements coming all the time, but I don't think there was any changes to graphics. It's just the newer tracks. Maybe he was showcasing the newer tracks as well, so
Sector 2 is now yellow.
newer tracks
Sector
would
1
have
is
a bit
clear.
better graphics, obviously. And they also are redoing some of the older tracks. Like, even if they don't have a new scan, they're just gonna put a refreshed graphics on the older scan, so I think they're doing this for Bathurst. Oh man.
Yellow flag, watch those track limits. We don't want a penalty. We're clear of the incident. Green
As
flag.
we're going out of track, and we are already 4 seconds in front of P2.
Green flag, sector 2.
So it looks like, yeah, it was all about making as little mistakes as possible in this race. We're gonna probably get a first P1 today. So you watch a lot of YouTube, I suppose, right? Basically, you also watch a lot. Who would be your favorite one? Dave Cam, I think, is my favorite one recently
Green flag, sector 3.
in terms of racing games. He showcased a lot of RaceRoom as well.
The gap to P2 behind is increasing. It's now 4.6 seconds.
Even at the slow speed, this car can really surprise you.
Sector 1, yellow flag. We think that Moreira has gone off in Lucen-Bianchbocht. Sector 1 is green.
Okay, so there's another people catching up, 3.5 seconds behind. So P2 has 1.9k rating. So he might be able to catch up to me. As we are catching another incident.
We don't. You have 9 incident points. Halfway home, fuel looks good.
6 more minutes to race. And we didn't do a single clean lap in this race as of yet. This car seems to be all about bringing the car into oversteer at the entry, then catching it middle with the throttle, hooking this up and powering out of the corner. Let's see if we can make a clean lap.
That's 5 minutes remaining. We can win this. Sector 1 is yellow.
There's such a fine balance here between when you go back on throttle, between getting oversteer and understeer. It's still a bit of a guessing game for me. And oh, there you go. Had to live because I totally understeered that exit.
Sector 1. Yellow flag, sector 2.
That was not a clean lap? I thought that was a clean lap.
P2 behind is increasing. It's now 5.8 seconds.
Okay, so you're driving away from P2. It's really difficult to hook this car up. But definitely could be very rewarding if you do this right. Ah, that was an off track.
Keep it between the lines, track limits. You have 10.
It's quite surprising. Maybe because this car is more narrow than the other ones. Ooh. No off track. Okay. I thought I'm gonna go wide. Okay.
Yellow flag.
We're not gonna win.
Left, 2 minutes to go. You have 13 incident points. Watch the track limits, please.
Had to go out of the track as well to don't get hit from behind.
Incident points.
That was kind of embarrassing, right? Such a stupid mistake. Absolutely unforced. And that's what it is if you get too comfortable. And you have no pressure
The
at
car
all.
ahead is Martin. Their reputation is 78 and their rating is 1.6. Green flag, sector 1.
So it looks like we're still gonna be without the wind there. One more lap. Yeah, like you said, such a fine line. Yeah. You just have to crash few times before you figure it out. Where is that limit and how does it feel?
Please watch the track limits. P4, last lap. We think that Edward has crashed in Villeneuve. Yellow flag in sector 1. Come on, get it together. You keep cutting. You have 16 incident points. Sector 1 is clear. Sector 2 is green.
Okay, they're gonna be going too wide in the chicane. Another cut, but it's gonna get us closer to the
Start
pack.
taking these track limits seriously.
Whoops. Gave him a little push. Gonna try and attack him to the hairpin. Is he gonna go defensive? No.
Left side. Yellow flag.
Go ahead.
Sector 3 is now clear.
That's a slight touch. That's not what the RaceRoom netcode promised us.
Phillips has won the race. P4. That's the finish. Been a bad day, mate. Don't worry about it.
Okay, what was supposed to be a win was the worst race of the day so far. Oh. Okay, let's go to the menu and see what's next on the menu here. Yeah, I think we're gonna just try this FRJ Cup. Yeah, thanks Morty, yeah, good race. Sorry, Minty, apologies. I had to scroll back to see what you said. Mori or Minty. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna try this FRJ Cup. That's the small open wheeler, yeah. So we're gonna register for that, 12 minutes left. That means 25 past, there's gonna be a race. Like, I mean, the flat screen could be fun as well. But yeah, like we discussed, VR is great for immersion. For fun as well, obviously. But yeah, it has its own drawbacks as well. Okay. But yeah, especially in single seaters, yeah, it kind of like VR kind of brings you more into that. I agree, actually. That's actually the bigger wow effect. I agree. Now, as I got into the car, yeah, I realized that's what you meant. Let's bring it more sensitive for steering. Let's see what we can do in this car. Actually, I think that's a bit too sensitive. Let's give it a try. Oh. Okay, that's definitely too sensitive. Let's bring it into 20. My cat is visiting me here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to get rid of him because I need to do a lap. You're off here. There you go. I just wonder, let's turn off that assist. I don't know if it's slowing me down or not. Oh. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so it actually needs a... Does it need auto blip? Or does it actually need clutch to shift? Oh, it actually needs a shift as well. So it's a bit less sophisticated car. It's kind of funny, like when the... You know, because it's cheaper to have the gearboxes like that in this, like a junior categories, but it's kind of funny, like that F1 is running, you know, fully automatic gearboxes with, you know, steering aids as well. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of adjustment. I'm kind of scared now to slide the car after driving that Porsche. So obviously this is different. Okay, I think it's all second gear here in the tighty bits. And you can definitely go much quicker through there. Okay, we're gonna be seriously out of pace in this car.
You've just done a 147.21.
Unfortunately, that's a cut.
Don't delete this lap, you've cut the track.
And I reckon we can go way quicker through that chicane as well. This car seems to have a way more grip than I think it has.
Your rear brakes are cold, mate.
Lock up at the front. Probably try to turn in too early. Okay, so that's going to be half decent time.
You've just done a 1:45.66. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
That's putting us in 1/40th. I think we got another 2 minutes before the server starts, if I'm calculating this correctly. Hopefully we're not missing the race. Okay,
We need to watch these track limits.
let's go and take a look there. Okay, another 5 minutes till the race starts or the server starts. Let's try again with the quali and improve our time. Different color of the car, it's kind of off-putting. Yeah, it's quite easy to go faster.
That lap was a 1:45.33.
That's the lack of single seaters for me. This is not really my cup of tea, or not my favorite type of racing or type of cars. So yeah, there's always kind of a lot to learn for me. Okay, I'm quite happy with this lap.
1:44.70.
Let's go and join the race server. Okay, I think I want to go back to the red car. No, it's just a tiny break. Be back in a sec.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Welcome back. So you got 2 minutes till the race start. So default setup has 15 liters of fuel. I'm actually wondering if that's enough. Let's go on track. Let's see how much it's gonna use for the...
Pit exit's clear. Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them.
Cars will be a little bit different in a race than in a quali. In a quali session the tires are in a perfect state. In a race they start from cold. So we need to get a feel for that as well. It seems quite similar.
That's the end of the session. 17th place.
Okay, P2 in the grid. So we should be quite competitive. I'm a bit worried about that fuel though. Yeah, let's go 18. Makes us a bit heavier. You know, just in case.
Minutes. Okay, get ready. Floor it, green, green, green. Yellow flag in sector 1. Sector 1 is now green.
Screwed up a little bit through that corner.
Starts okay. Let's get settled in.
Let's see if he can stay up with the leader. He seems to be well accustomed to this truck car combo. Yeah, way too late on the throttle.
Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag in sector 3.
Okay, so far seem to be able
Sector 3 is
more or
yellow.
less stay with him. More or less. That's gonna cost us time.
Sector 3 is clear, green flag.
Okay, so he seems to be catching in the chicane, or is it once off?
The gap to Ting ahead is now 0.40. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Green flag in Sector 3. The leader's just done a 145.10.
Snitch bit too late on throttle. That was a good first sector anyway. Yeah, that was nice and smooth. I think he also touched the grass, so loose on the straight line speed on the exit. Fortunately, a bit of mistake through the chicane. Maybe my brake bias is a little bit too aggressive.
You're wasting a lot of time here. Get your elbows out and force the pass. Green flag in Sector 1.
Ooh, now locking the fronts. Let's go back to 55 brake bias.
10 minutes left.
You must admit, this is quite a fun car, especially if you have someone to race against on the similar pace.
That lap time was 144.86. Sector 3 is 0.25 off the pace.
Yeah, thank you. You need to go to bed. Thanks for support, thanks for sticking on the stream and commentating. I'm gonna try to win the race, you can dream about it.
Sector 3 is yellow. We think Enya has gone off in Xbox. Green flag Sector 3. P2. Your brake temperatures look good.
Maybe, but yeah, he seems to be pretty much on the same pace. Ah, there you go. Screwing up the exit.
Keep piling on the pressure, he'll make a mistake. That's the fastest lap of the race. Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag. Green flag Sector 1. Sector 3 is now yellow. Sector 3 is green.
So we gotta put the pressure on him.
Between the lines.
No. And I think because I'm using the shifting aids, every time I upshift I'm losing a bit of time on the straight. So to make a pass on him I would have to just wait for a mistake, I think, because I'm not gonna get him down the straight. See, every time I shift I'm losing time. Which is fair enough, because
We'll be warned about track limits.
because I'm using the, you know, help to shift the car. It's not supposed to be shifted with the pedals.
144.74, half distance, fuel looks good.
It's supposed to be driven heel and toe, probably with manual
Brakes at
clutch.
on your right. He's still there, clear right.
Ah, I had to lift.
Side.
Otherwise I would hit him.
Hold your line, clear left.
Okay, well I got him.
Yellow flag, Sector 3. It looks like grass has gone off in Jockenringbocht. Sector 3 is now clear.
Let's see if he can stay ahead. Seems to have an advantage into the twisty
That's
bits.
5 minutes remaining. P1, come on, bring it home.
I was worrying about the fuel. Seems I'm carrying 10 liters too much. Like,
You're now in the lead. This is fucking great, mate. Keep it going.
there's another 4 minutes left in this race. Pretty much 5. And the predictions I'm gonna use only 2 liters. So it's basically using less than a half a liter per minute. That's very little.
Gap to Ting behind is increasing. It's now 0.7.
Well, very little for a race car. Ooh, that's gonna cost me way too much than I expected.
Warned about track limits. Right side. Clear right.
That's
Push now.
because I
You
was
might win this. Sector 3 is yellow.
pushing needlessly, testing the limits.
See, Pena has gone off in Jockenringbocht. Green flag in Sector 3.
Oh, pushed a bit too hard.
Yellow flag in Sector 3. Green flag, sector 3. Yellow flag in sector
So
1.
throwing again the leads in a stupid way. Again.
Sector 1 is green.
Guess that's a Zolder for me.
The leader has just done a 144.56 V2. Incident in sector 1, yellow flag. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Car left,
Oh, is letting me through?
clear left. Yeah, nailed that fucker.
I have impression I appeared like a maniac in his mirrors, so he just decided to let me go. I'm not too sure.
Sector 1 is green. Incident sector 3, yellow flag. Sector 3 is clear.
Another cut.
Track limits.
Keep cutting this on the engine way too much.
You're leading. One more lap to go. Stay focused. The guy in front is 1 lap behind. Be careful here. The guy in front's not known for playing fair. Yellow flag, sector 1. Yellow flag. Green flag. Yellow flag.
Ooh,
It looks like Kenya has crashed. Green flag, you're clear.
I don't know what he was trying to do. That's a shame. And he just left after that, did he?
There's a white flag.
He should have just waited and let us go through before he was trying to go back to racing.
Green flag, sector 1. Car left. Hold your line.
So we gotta go too wide into the last chicane with the left car.
Still
Okay.
there. Clear left.
Or no. Okay, he got it under control, thank you. So eventually we got a win. Today,
That's
the first one.
3-1.
Okay, we got it. Let's see what's next in store for us. Are we gonna do one more today? It's actually getting quite late. See if there's still people around. It would be nice to do a Porsche race. That Porsche goes to Nordshleife. There's only 7 people sign up, unfortunately. BMW, 1 person. Should we do MX-5s? Yeah, I think it's just too late for anything else than a free stuff to have any kind of participation. If I do that Porsche race, I'm definitely gonna crash. That's what would definitely happen. I don't know if I'm ready for that sacrifice, because the car is definitely difficult to drive. Should I take the risk? You know, why not? If we crash, we crash. Let's do it. We got nothing to lose except some virtual points. It really doesn't matter that much in a grand scheme. And we just might have a nice race in Nordshleife. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not sure how much fuel we're gonna need for that. We're gonna decide it after. So we crashed this on Zolder more than once. We're definitely gonna crash this here. Let's see if you can get the feel for the car just a little bit.
Track limits, they'll invalidate this lap.
Such a tricky car to find that balance between oversteer and understeer. Oh man, I'm definitely in trouble. I'm in a big trouble. So it's understeers, and then a second later it feels like it oversteers badly in the exactly same situation. I'm sure we're gonna learn our lesson. Let's try that again. Okay, I have to be really careful in this one. And with this right-handers, the car is just pushing right. Same situation, or feels like it's the same situation. Second gear. Ooh.
Stay within the track limits.
Oh man. Okay. And I think that's gonna be 3 laps race. Okay, let's go to the server. It should be starting just about now. Okay, 11 people signed up, so there will be some kind of race. And that's gonna be, I think, most likely the last race for today for the stream. Okay, I think 40 liters sounds like a lot of fuel for 20 or half a minute, sorry, half an hour race. Okay,
pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
Let's go to 54, that seems to be working more or less. Is it this way?
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Got cold brakes all round. White flag. Car right. Clear right.
Okay. Looks like we saw just at least one driver that we should be able to beat in a race.
To go, 5 minutes left.
Okay, so the practice is another 5 minutes. That's gonna give us a little bit to practice. At least the first sector. That's where we're gonna be stuck behind other cars because we don't have a quali lap. But in such a small grid and quite a long race, that shouldn't be that detrimental in the grand scheme of things. There should be plenty of time to catch up to guys that are slower. Okay.
You've got dirt pickup on all your tyres.
We don't know. We will know what not to do. But we still don't know how to take this corner fast and safe. Yeah, it's definitely very difficult, Daniel. Like, I mean, there was not much other choice. And like, I mean, if you're not gonna try, you're never gonna learn, right? So sometimes you have to take the lesson, and painful lesson. And it's probably, you know, more fun to practice in a race than on your own and then try to find the race. At least for me. Kind of gonna tiptoe around the track, but I think we still should do quite fine. Unless we're gonna have like a massive shunt. It definitely takes a while to get used to this car.
Two minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Like, I mean, Zolder in its own, it's not really, like, it's not definitely one of my favorite tracks, like, and I kind of, they put it quite often on the dailies last month, isn't it? I don't know why, but like, Zolder seems, when I first tried this, yeah, I kind of like it, that is different than other tracks. It has its own kind of quirks, but I mean, that chicanes are a bit painful. Like the chicane plus the slow stuff, the slow section, it's kind of, I don't know. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks. But again, like every track has its own unique challenges, I guess, so I can definitely respect it for being quite unique. Oh man, I just can't figure out the second gear in this car. Like, when did I start the simulator? You mean, when did I start to play video games, like sim games? Or what time did I start playing today? Because yeah, I sim race like with the cockpit, with the steering wheel. I would say it's at least 15 years. So yeah, playing video games my whole life pretty much. And racing games since I was a child was always my kind of favorite genre, I don't know how to pronounce this word, type of games. So yeah, if you're asking about today, yeah, I'm just playing from when the stream started. That would be 3 hours ago or so. So starting in the back, let's see what kind of reputation and rank the other guys have. That will give us indication. Yeah, mostly iRacing, but RaceRoom I was playing pretty much since it was released, kind of on and off, and came back to it recently.
We're about to go green.
But mostly just iRacing, at least once a week.
Go, go, go.
Most of the time on iRacing. Like I would still consider racing to be my main simulator, and this one more kind of my,
You're on the right.
you know, casual type of racing.
You're in the middle. Right side's clear. You're on the right. 3 wide.
Okay, everybody seems
Clear
to
all
be
round.
very careful, which is definitely appreciated. Okay, I reckon at least one person gonna spin out here. There you go, there's one. And this corner.
Incident clear. Green flag. On your left.
Only one.
Still there. Sector 1 is now green. He's still there. Clear left.
But yeah, like before iRacing, it was more like kind of casual. But once I kind of started iRacing, that was probably 13 years ago, I kind of went in quite deep into that. And pretty much everything I learned about sim racing was on iRacing. I was kind of surprised myself how capable I become when I started racing, because before that I played loads of Forza Motorsport, that was on a gamepad, but then Gran Turismo, and in Gran Turismo I never was that good. I was decent, but like I mean, I was never that good. Only after iRacing was supposed to be more difficult, I kind of figure out
Sector 1 is green.
how to sim race, how to, you know, drive those cars. And I am quite competitive on iRacing.
Yellow flag.
If I get hang of the car, I'm
Green flag. You're clear of the incident.
I'm pretty good in there. But RaceRoom, yeah, I'm pretty much from the beginning. If you look at my channel, I was uploading videos from RaceRoom since it be kind of since the start, very beginning, when they released like RaceRoom Raceway, very early days. DTM Experience, I think, was like the first big pack. I think that was what, DTMs from 2013 or something like that. Then I was kind of hoping they would release like World Touring Car Experience as a WTCC game, and they bring quite a lot of circuits like that was, you know, WTCC were racing on, but they kind of dropped that idea of, oh, he held it almost.
Car left.
Almost perfect drift.
Still there. Clear left.
He recovered really nicely. Yeah, mostly I race like front-wheel drive cars, like TCRs at the moment on iRacing. This is my focus. I kind of try a bit of GT4s, but like I don't really enjoy it that much. Like the problem with iRacing is once you get comfortable with certain type of car, it's kind of tricky to switch between the cars. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still quite decent in GT4s, but like let's say in TCRs I'm 8K rating. But if I go to and race GT4s, maybe I would keep up with the guys that have a 4K rating on average.
It looks like Enya has binned it in.
But yeah, mostly just road racing for.
B3 behind is increasing. It's
never got into ovals too much, and I was quite deep into rallycross stuff on iRacing, but it kind of died out. Single seaters, not my cup of tea really. mostly because you kind of, like single seaters, everything happens so fast. You can't really just drive those cars on a feel as such. It's more about you have to kind of practice those corners.
This guy had a lot of incidents.
And before you have to kind of nail these corners on the entrances. And it's all about, hitting those lights perfectly from the entrance, like in the sports car, like TCRs, let's say Mazda MX-5. Even if you kind of slow at the entry, you screw something up, you still have a chance to, do quite decently throughout the corner. There's always like a time to react and fix your line. In single seaters, not really. Especially the faster the car, the easier it is to screw up, and more you have to kind of practice to figure out what's the optimal speed through the corner. I find sports cars way more easy. And I do not dislike single seaters, but I just prefer the kind of sports car and, again, slower cars. Like Mazda MX-5, Toyota GR86, I think it's called. Because basically for online racing, the slower the cars, the better the netcode. So the racing is basically better. With single seaters that are capable of very rapid change of directions, like the netcode quite often does not keep up, and the car is just flying around. It's hard to race wheel to wheel. With the sports car, it's much easier, and you can really
Sector 3 is yellow.
pretty much lean on each other. Look at this guy, this guy's car in front of us. Like this netcode seems quite perfect actually. Can easily tell where his car is going. Ooh, he had a moment. With the keyboard and this car, no. That's what I'm gonna say. That's a big no-no. Like for the keyboard, you could probably do quite decently in a way. You could stay on the track, let's say with the front-wheel drive cars.
1.0 seconds.
This Porsche, the characteristics of this car, it's so unpredictable even on the wheel. I would not recommend to play this car with the keyboard.
Sector 3.
It's just a bit of a torture.
Behind is now 1.4. Green flag.
Again, I don't really play that much. Even if I was playing this game without the steering wheel, I would still definitely recommend the gamepad, and I would use the gamepad. You could definitely be more smooth, especially on throttle application, but also the steering application. I think it's much easier to play on gamepads. And what kind of wheel would I recommend? Whatever you can afford, I would say. And definitely, if you can afford G29, you probably can afford like entry-level direct drive wheels, like from Mazda on Fanatec or something like that. Because direct drive wheels, what's great about them, at least from my experience, they last a long time. They don't really break because there's no moving parts as such. And from the belt-driven wheels, I think G29 or G27, or I don't know what they call now, the Logitech ones. I think that the only wheels are actually with a proven record to be reliable.
That's 10 minutes left.
That's why they are still so popular. At the same time, the tech they are using is so outdated that I do not recommend, because in comparison to direct drive wheels, it's just night and day, mainly because of the noise they make. Like, look it up on YouTube and you know how much of a noise, like G25, those Logitech belt-driven wheels, how much noise do they make? It's just no need for it today, because they direct drive wheels.
We think Freddy has gone off in turn 1.
They really are not that expensive anymore.
0.8. Green flag, sector 1.
And for the pedals, again, whatever you can afford. Usually the more expensive you go, the better they get. But it all depends on the budget. And for the first wheel, I would probably go used, second-hand stuff. If you can, pick up something locally.
We just had a warning for cutting the track.
Wherever locally is popular around you, like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. I would go for something like that if I, never knew what I would like to get. Because that will pretty much teach you if you actually like playing racing games on the wheel. Because it's definitely a different experience. And that's something that you have to learn from the scratch as well. It's not like, well, it depends on the game, but it's not that intuitive at the beginning. That's the skill you have to learn as well. And again, it depends on the game. Like RaceRoom, it's kind of down the middle. R Factor 2 and Assetto Corsa, the original Assetto Corsa, are the best ones to start up, because the force feedback in them is really the most intuitive. It's like actually quite amazing.
Incident clear.
I'm
right.
always impressed. You could jump into that game, R Factor 2 and Assetto Corsa, and everything immediately feels right. If you try iRacing, man, you have to learn that. Don't get me wrong, on iRacing there's definitely a lot of fidelity in the force feedback and a lot of good information. But you have to get used to that and learn. I still think for me, force feedback on racing is amazing, but it's because I was playing this for so many years and I got used to that. But for someone who never used the wheel, force feedback in R Factor 2 or Assetto Corsa will be the best. And they have probably the best, force feedback. If you, kind of look at it from the sides and take everything into account. But again, for the beginner, I would buy something cheap, and it's second-hand.
Gap to box behind is increasing. It's now
and see how much you're gonna like it. Because again, if you're ready to play on keyboard, I expect you'll be very happy playing this on the wheel. Oh, so you had the wheel, so you want this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a bummer that your wheel broke. So was that a direct drive wheel or one of the belt-driven wheels? Because the belt-driven wheels, they all eventually kind of, getting weaker and die. I had a few of them, and yeah, after a while they're just not as good as at the beginning. And once I invested money in the direct drive,
green flag sector 1.
I think that was 8 years ago, it still works like new. because yeah, my first wheel was Microsoft wheel for Xbox 360.
Just 5 minutes left.
And it
Hold
was
your
meh.
nerve. We can win this.
Then I switched to Fanatec GT2 wheel. That was belt-driven wheel. And for the time, it was quite amazing, you know, quite nice. But eventually, you know, you could tell it became weaker over time. The motor didn't really work that well after a while. Then I switched to Thrustmaster TX. That was amazing. Because the force feedback was really good on that wheel. But again, after a while it started, you know, malfunction for a bit. And it wasn't that good. And I was like thinking, if I have to buy a wheel every 2 years or every year and a half because the old one breaks down, I'm just gonna spend cash on the first, you know, direct drive wheel. And that was a good decision because I didn't have to spend any money on the wheel. After that, you know, what is it, 8 years now? And it's still like pretty much, you know, works like new. But obviously that's a big cash, big money. Well, it all depends for who, right? For some people it's nothing to spend like the 500 or 600 bucks, euros, whatever your currency is. You could obviously spend way more. But again, if you look at it over, you know, I'm gonna buy this wheel and get a use for it over for 5 years. If you look at it from that perspective, it's not that expensive, you know. If you buy quality,
the gap to P2 behind is now,
and you know you're gonna get use of it,
seconds.
in the grand scheme of things, it's not that expensive. Yeah, so that was very odd wheel, yeah. So even Logitech can break. Like, I mean, they were pretty much the only reliable belt-driven wheels, or if it's actually not belt-driven, but the Logitechs were gear-driven. That's even more noise, right? But yeah, you know, it has to give up eventually. And like any direct drive wheel is such an upgrade in terms of fidelity, responsiveness, and how nice it's, you know, operates, how silent it is. Like, you really do not hear the motor. The only noise you could hear if like the buttons on your wheel maybe are a bit funky or something like that. But the wheelbase itself is like silent. Like, where are you based, Daniel? Like, what kind of opportunities you have, like, locally to pick maybe something second-hand? Like, where are you from? Like, where I am from Ireland, there's quite a lot of, like, second-hand equipment available. People buy, you know, still driven,
Green flag sector 3.
quite high-end gear. And then they realize they don't really like it, or they don't want to play racing games. Let's just put it on sale. I never had to use anything like that. Well, actually, no, I had to use once. Had to buy pedals once
Halfway home. We're
when
okay
mine
on
broke.
fuel.
But yeah, it all depends what's available around you locally. I know, let's say countries like Brazil or other South American countries. Like, the economy is so different, like things are so much more expensive in comparison to people's wages. So then even the, you know, less valuable stuff like Logitech use, they hold the value in the markets like that, because that's what people are looking for, that's their market is looking for. Like, I mean, I have a... Sorry, my friend had a wheel lying around, the Thrustmaster TX, and he was trying to put it on sale for €50. No takers, nobody was interested. And he told me he just put it in the bin. I said, no, give it to me. I will have it as a spare wheel. Yeah, he took it out of the bin and gave it to me. So if I ever have any trouble with the wheel, I always have a spare one. And as I'm chit-chatting, we are kind of holding that lead. Not very comfortable, like we still got a P2 closely behind us.
Green flag in sector 1.
But as long as we stay on the track, I think we should be able to take the win. Try not to push too hard. Yeah, it's all about staying on the track. That was a bit sketchy.
Incident in sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Green flag sector 1.
This one is the tricky one, and yeah, we get through there safely. And again, I'm not such a big expert on the, all the high-end wheels that came out in the last 7-8 years. Yeah, from Hungary, so yeah, so you I'm from Poland, but live in Ireland at the moment, so I think Hungary is a similar country to Poland, right, in terms of wealth. Like, again, if you buy second-hand, check it if it's actually functional. And I don't know, I'm not such an expert if those, more modern drive wheels have any kind of issues. Like I bought the, how to say that, it's not even a commercial wheel, the open scene OSW. So I bought the direct drive wheel before, producer like Fanatic, and then later Mazda and others came in on the market. So that's why I bought it, because I knew it's gonna last me for years. So you would have to do a research on your own, because I'm not 100% sure if those mainstream wheels are as reliable. But I imagine so they would be, because there is no moving parts, so it's mostly about electronics. And the motor's pretty much never gonna burn. That is my suspicion.
You've got half your fuel left.
So your mate is selling what kind of wheel for 120? He also has this Logitech. Like, I mean, I still don't understand why the Logitech, those gear-driven wheels, why they holding the price so well. Like it's literally because of the good reputation over the many years. But they are not that good anymore, like in today's standards. Like, I mean, they're adequate, they're not crap, but there's so much better stuff out there for not that much more money. That, like, I think the old type of Logitech wheels are not worth their money. Almost losing control through here. Oh, shoot. I'm just trying to look at the gap for the guy behind me. He's 3.3 behind. Now 2.9. He's actually catching me. And as I'm saying this, we are getting a slowdown penalty. We're gonna have to serve that. We're picking up another penalty. Okay. Let's serve it. Okay, like, I mean, if it's the best your budget can do, like, obviously it will be sufficient. And you could probably still, like, try to go down on the price. I was just saying, if I would be buying new equipment, I would not buy, would not go into, you know, old tech of Logitech. Obviously they came out with the direct drive wheels. I'm not talking about this, I'm just talking about these old gear-driven wheels. For second hand, as a temporary wheel, yeah,
Incident sector 3,
I would consider them, if the price is good. Yeah, like, I'm kind of trying to stay under the limits, you know, to don't crash, so I'm not really pushing that much.
Sector 3 is green.
As I said, I'm kind of tiptoeing, and it seems to be working for me in this race. Especially on this track, like, I'm not really an expert in Nürburgring or Nordshleife. But again, like I said, if you're gonna avoid racing, you're never gonna learn, right? So as far as you can just, you know, learn as you race. So yeah, we actually got a win again.
That was absolutely perfect. Great win.
And even quite interesting that I could, you know, talk and drive and keep it on the track. Really happy, but yeah, you can definitely drive this car much faster than this, or at least I feel. Because again, like, what, I had only 2 or 3 moments where I kind of had to, you know, go on the opposite lock. And you saw the other guys, like, they were really pushing over the limit, and yeah, they paid the price for it. Now let's see if there's more stuff that could catch our attention. Only 8 people signed up for Super Touring. So yeah, the servers are dying. Still will be a few more people in the Porsche and Zolder. Yeah, but I think I'm just gonna finishing up for today. No, thank you everyone for watching. It was always nice to see someone leaving the comments. keeping the discussion going. I really appreciate that. And I probably will be streaming again on Tuesday about 8 p.m. UK time. And I'm gonna be checking out the new build of iRacing because there's a new car coming. I just really want to try this out. Plus they have a new tracks, 2 street circuits, which is kind of unusual for iRacing. They have a Las Vegas coming in and Adelaide in Australia. So I'm curious how this track's gonna look there. How the performance is gonna be on my computer. Not too scared for that because I'm still on single 1080p screen, so I'm not worrying too much. But yeah, that's what's gonna be happening this week for me. And yeah, this is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time around. Take care.